Early into her medical journey, Carolyn Philpott recognized something special about being a laboratory researcher.
Nobody really believes you when you say there are these eureka moments in the lab, but they really do happen.
Philpott's first euphoric moment came when, during her third year at Duke Medical School, she worked in the lab at the National Institutes of Health as a member of the inaugural class of Howard Hughes Medical Institute research scholars. She was tasked with using a newly developed tool, in situ hybridization, to label RNA so gene expression in a mouse could be studied.
Nobody in our building had actually gotten this to work, but they said, here's a protocol, here are the papers, give it a try. I remember looking at my slides for the first time and seeing it, and it was like, oh my gosh, this worked. And I have to show this to somebody. So I'm going up and down the hall in the basement of Building 6 trying to find somebody there on a Saturday. And there was nobody from my group, but I did find somebody in a lab, and it's like, look, you have to come and look at this. This is so great. So I was completely hooked at that point.
From there, Philpott was driven to make cutting-edge medical discoveries, and today she is an international leader in the biochemistry and cell biology of iron metabolism. Using the power of yeast genetics, she uncovered the long-held mystery about how iron enters cells without corrupting them by identifying the first mammalian iron chaperone.
A lot of people were skeptical that they actually existed, but we found it.
She also discovered that without this protective chaperone,
what happens in the liver of that mouse is they develop a disease that's nearly identical to human fatty liver disease.
Her work in iron metabolism has promising implications for red blood cell development and the treatment of anemias and other iron-related disorders. Philpott grew up in Winston-Salem and liked to play in the dirt.
I was, always one of these kids that just liked science more than anything. Collected bugs and butterflies,
She earned undergraduate and medical degrees at Duke and cites Duke's unique medical curriculum as key to her coming here.
Duke's program was just exactly what I wanted, where you could do all your basic science in the year and then you get to spend a year in the lab.
After internship and residency in medicine at Johns Hopkins, Philpott returned to the NIH in 1990 for a postdoctoral fellowship.
I realized that the job I wanted was what the people back at NIH that were doing exclusively research and not a combination of research and clinical work.
She soon was granted her own lab and never left the NIH. Today she is chief of the genetics and metabolism section in the liver disease branch and is a valued mentor to young scientists. One of her most cherished awards is being inducted into the Association of American Physicians.
That was meaningful, mostly because it meant that a variety of my colleagues had been willing to write a letter that says I'm awesome. And that just feels really good, right?
Philpott and her husband, Kevin Dwyer, an attorney with the defense and space company Northrop Grumman, have been married for 34 years. They have 2 daughters living and working in the Northeast.
Everyone who knows me knows that I'm like a crazy bicyclist. So that's what my husband and I do for fun.
The couple has done long bike rides in Italy, France, Belgium, and Croatia, and wherever their respective lectures take them.
There's just a real feeling of freedom. It's exhilarating to go fast on a bike.
Throughout her career and personal life, Philpott has embraced challenges and says she's grateful to Duke for offering her just that.
Duke was a place where I was really first challenged. And I found that I liked it, and that, if you really applied yourself, you could learn a ton. And I did, and I really enjoyed that.